Hi, it's Cayman with S&B. Today we have our intake kit for the 2024 and up Ranger 2.3 liter on the table. We're going to be getting into the install. If you already received your kit, you can simply take out the piece of paper, scan this barcode with your camera on your smartphone. It'll take you to our most up-to-date step-by-step instructions. But we're going to get started right here on the video with removing the OEM intake kit, T27 Torx. We're going to remove the bolt holding the front scoop to the vehicle. Now with an 8mm, we're going to remove the bolt holding the intake box to the fender. Now we'll pop out the rivet from the intake box. Now with the flathead, we'll remove the hose clamp or loosen the hose clamp on the intake tube. Now we're going to remove the quick connect by pulling up on the green fingers, sliding them forward to release the connector, then pulling up on the PCV connector. Now we're going to pull out the intake box and the upper tube. This is going to give us access to this IAT sensor. A little bit harder to reach when it's installed, but we're going to squeeze the top of the sensor right here. You can see where my finger is pushing down on the sensor and pull it off. Now we're going to remove this constant tension clamp or squeeze it together until we release it. So now that we have it off, I'll tuck it out of the way so you guys can see the next step. Now this quick connect, the fingers slide up like that. Now it's in the release position. Pull that quick connect off. Then this green quick connect, just squeeze the sides, and that came off as well. Now it's free. Now we're gonna get a 7mm onto the hose clamp that is on the turbo itself. For this one, I just have a small, short 7mm straight onto a small quarter inch ratchet. And I'm on the hose clamp, but you can also get an extension and go from right here. Now we have it loose enough to pull the tube off of the turbo. But we do have the permanent quick connector still installed over here. So we got this off so we can kind of manipulate the permanent quick connect right here. Now we're going to be going to the permanent quick connect. We have these tools that allow you to actually remove this OEM PCB line without having to replace it or cut it. Kind of hard to see with it in the vehicle. But the first piece of the tool slides on one side, then you can take the other side of the tool and slide it under the other side. So you kind of have to move it around so there's enough space. So let's see. Okay, so now we have them both under. Then I like to rotate them around, make sure it disconnects the connector. Then you can pull off the connection. So now I have both of them around the quick connect. And once you have both of them under, you can pull the quick connect off just like that. Now with the tube, the quick connect off, you can remove the tube. Now we're going to be assembling the S&B intake kit. One thing to note, if your 2.3 liter has this green quick connect, which attaches to the top fitting right there, again, just falls right on top, you will be installing the short quick connect on top of the tube. So this is going to be attached to the filter and be screwing just like this. And if you don't have the quick connect, you can install the MPT plug. So this is an MPT. There will be some thread showing even when it's tight. I like to snug it up as much as I can by hand, then just do a half turn with the tool. And that's in the installed position. 2 threads are still showing. And now we're going to get our IAT sensor grommet installed. Now you can take the OEM IAT sensor. You can use a flathead screwdriver to get underneath there. I just tilt the sensor back away from the ramp. Now you can install the IAT sensor and then rotate it until it goes over the ramp on the SMB grommet. Now with the gasket underneath, the 4 bolts going through, and with our injection molded quick connect assembly, we can get these installed onto the intake tube. Just run it in with your Phillips head screwdriver. Now one more quick connect, this is the longer one, can be installed into this insert, the one that's close to the short end of the tube. This one I won't even snug up with the tool, just use my hand. You can see there's about 1 thread still showing. Now the tube is ready to be installed. The coupler will be installed onto the turbo. Now we'll move over here and get our intake box ready. First step is going to be installing the tube seal. Just work your way around like that. And then we'll go to the front, scoop, just like that. Now you have an option on if you want to install the box plug. This pulls air in from the side. In really hot, dusty climates, we'd recommend installing this. Now we're ready to drop the filter in. We'll set it in just like this. Now we'll install the intake tube through the tube seal. And then you can push it onto the filter. What we'll do is we'll tighten up the hose clamp. If you're an 8mm or a flathead. Now we're going to remove the protective layer from the clear lid. Now we're going to install the clear lid into the snap-in lid seal. You can work your way around the lid like this. Now it's ready to be installed into the box. Now the intake is fully assembled, ready to be installed. We're going to be installing the coupler onto the turbo to make the install a little bit easier. So this coupler, I'm going to have the hose clamp facing up so I can get on it with an 8mm. Just like this. So you can see the hose clamp right up there. I'll probably block your view. And we'll get it tightened onto the turbo. Now this blow-off valve hose, we're going to get this removed because we replace it with our silicone wrapped hose version. Now with the OEM clamps on both ends, you can install this onto the lower part of the tube. We will leave this loose. Then we will just unlock it once it's in the vehicle. Now the intake kit is ready to be installed into the vehicle. Start feeding the tube towards the turbo. Now when you have the box dropped in, first focus on getting this tube installed into the coupler. So you can work your hands around. You can go back to the box, make sure this seats in to the grommets. This front scoop kind of help line everything up for you. Then this is that quick connect that we held out of the way. Grommets are right under here. You can feel if they are in. Once those are in, you can grab your T27 bolt and get it installed to secure the front scoop. Now we're going to work on getting everything assembled. First step is going to be the blow-up valve hose. So we can get this pushed on. And then with it over the lip, we can install our clamp. We can release the constant tension clamp. So we just installed the constant tension clamp on that hose. Now we'll install the white quick connect. And we'll push on it until we hear a click. Heard the click, push the lock. Then after it's in the lock position, try to pull it off, make sure it is actually locked. Then for the green quick connect, same goes for this one. There is no lock. So now it's on. Reinstall the permanent quick connect. Now we're going to be installing this quick connect onto the barred fitting. Again, some of these trucks don't have this quick connect. You'll have a plug installed here instead, so you can skip the step and you can press down. You will need to use some force to get it to click all the way down, and then lock it. Now it's in a locked position. Now we're going to take our extension harness for the IAT, get it installed into the female section. Make sure you hear a click of the IAT sensor. Now we will route this to the IAT sensor on the SMB tube. You can zip tie this IAT sensor excess out of the way. So now we'll get the zip tie closed up with these the blow-off valve electrical connector. We'll get the excess trimmed back. And the final step is going to be tightening up the hose clamp that we left loose on the coupler, not the turbo side, but the side that attaches to the intake tube. And that's the installation of the SMB intake kit for the Ranger 2.3 liter. Overall, awesome looking kit, super easy install. Let us know if you have any questions.